Hello, my name is Araceli and welcome to my exam. I hope you like it.
Part number 1. Your mission is to develop a teaching project for an imaginary group of students. It means you must design a technology and nice assignment for a group of primary school students. Talking about the set design, this activity will be done in the computer class, since it requires the use of iPads, which are provided by the school. The tables will be placed individually, with a certain distance so that the students cannot see the screen of their classmates. About the social design, we will say that the activity will have 3 parts. The first one will be individual, the second one will be collective, and the third one will be individual again. Once the teacher has explained the task, she will stay out of the way unless students ask for help. Also, the teacher will not be able to resolve any doubts about the result. Finally, epistemology design. In the first part of this task, children should enter the search engine and type EducaPlay. This will be the first app they will use. Once inside, it would not be necessary to identify themselves. They will simply search for the game with the name Teoría Sumas Tercero. They will click on Start and begin to answer the questions. This first part is only introductory, where the students get acquainted with the topic they are going to deal with. This part will be about 10 minutes. Secondly, once students have completed this answer, they should go to App Store, where they will download a free game called Math Games. Once they have it installed on their iPad, they will enter and click on Notes and choose Note 3. Once this step is done, different topics will appear, but in this activity only 2 of them will be work. We will start by clicking on the 3 plus 2 digits, where 10 types of additions will appear, and the students will simply have to go answering and noting their successes and errors on a paper that will be delivered by the teacher. The procedure will be the same for the next topic. A total of 20 additions they will be made. And this part will be about 30 minutes. In the second part, the students with the help of the teacher will place the tables in groups, formed by 5 or 6 students, where the students will share their mistakes with their classmates and will discuss with the teacher the most common mistakes. This is about 10 minutes. In the last part of the class, the students will take their iPads again to put in the search engine Kahoot, which will be the third last app they will use. They will enter the code given by the teacher as it will be generated by the app, and they will also put their name. When they have finished, the teacher will press start, and they will be able to answer the questions. This is just to see the feedback from the students, if they like it, if they would like to repeat it, and how was their experience. Speaking of the curriculum goals, these are the ones I have chosen as they seem to me the most appropriate for this activity, with the intention that at the end of the class, the students should be able to demonstrate that they have been able to develop them. Also, these are the evaluation criteria that I have chosen for this second cycle in the subject of mathematics. It may be that some parents do not agree with the use of technology in this activity, since the use of iPads will be necessary. Therefore, if this problem occurs, the teacher will be informed days prior to the activity, since it could be sent a circular where parents must allow its use, and the task will be adapted for those children whose parents have denied it. It can happen that a child is bored with the activity or also that he does not want to share his results with his classmates since he has failed many exercises. In this case, an attempt will be made to talk to them and make them understand why they will not be able to opt for the maximum grade. I think that the added value of using digital tools is that children can learn new content in a different and creative way, in addition to becoming familiar with technology, since in the future this will be essential. Mathematics has always been seen as something boring, and thanks to these tools they can create or arouse an interest in children, since it's a more interactive way of learning. This is the way in which I will evaluate the activity, where the teacher will initiate a process of observation in order to complete this rubric individually on each student. It seems to me that this criteria will be enough to know if the student has learned or worked on this task. Compliance with instruction, proper use of applications, learning and acquisition of relevant knowledge, collaboration with peers, and participation will be addressed. In short, this activity improves students' PLE as it encourages curiosity with new applications and games. We also use digital tools. It promotes collaboration among classmates and it also encourages reflection, with the Kahoot talking about the experience. In this way, students can be helped to build a strong PLE that enables them to learn effectively and meaningfully. Part number 2. Question number 2. From your point of view, what are the 4 more important concepts that we have explored during this course? Related to theory conceptual knowledge, I have chosen gamification and Bloom's taxonomy. Gamification is a learning method that applies game dynamics to educational and professional settings in an effort to produce better outcomes. It helps people learn new things, develop skills, and reward certain behaviors. Recent years have seen a huge increase in the use of this phrase, particularly in digital and educational contexts. It can be used when a child has learning difficulties and will use this method to see if their results increase and improve, since it's a more interactive and dynamic way of learning. Bloom's taxonomy is a classification of the different objectives and skills that educators establish for their students. Bloom's is hierarchical, which means that learning at higher levels depends on having attained prior knowledge and skills at lower levels. When a new course starts and a teacher enters a class with new students, they can use this to formulate what goals they want their students to achieve in learning. Related to technological instrumental knowledge, I have chosen MOOCs and artificial intelligence. Massive open online courses are open, large-scale, free online courses with the goal of sharing and disseminating knowledge from the resources that lecturers upload online and from the discussion that take place in international classroom. Anyone can join up for this online distance learning course, and there is no cap on the number of students who can enroll. If you have had to move to another country and you still have problems entering an educational center, you can use MOOCs so as not to get lost and continue learning for free. Artificial intelligence serves as the foundation for imitating human intelligence process. Or to put it in another way, artificial intelligence aims to make computers think and behave like people. I would use it if I work in a factory, since it reduces failures caused by human limitations. In some production chains, artificial intelligence is used to detect through infrared sensors small cracks or defects in parts that are undetectable by the human eyes. Question number 4. Choose 3 areas, elements of the DICH competitive that you consider more relevant. I choose professional engagement. This area is oriented towards the professional environment of teachers, specifically the use of digital technologies, professional interaction with college, students, families, companies, and other agents involved for their own professional development and for the collective good of the organization. In this course, I have learned to manage hours of code, which I think would be quite useful for the teacher, where you commit to carrying out activities for students in any circumstance, such as not having internet or not having any device. Number 2, empowering learners. This area, number 5, seeks the empowerment of students, that is, the use of digital technologies to improve the inclusion, personalization, and active commitment of students with their own learning. Here, I have also learned the use of the Padlet, a tool which I did not know, but I like it a lot, since I think that it greatly encourages the active participation of the students on a certain topic. Number 3, assessment. This area is oriented to the fact that when integrating digital technologies in learning and teaching, we must consider how digital technologies can improve existing evaluation strategies. At the same time, we must also consider how they can be used to create or facilitate innovative assessment approaches. Another of the things that I have learned in this course and that I had never done before is to use forms, a digital tool to carry out evaluations, such as in Task 9. Without a doubt, I think it's quite useful for this competence since it's a simple, easy and organized way to perform the evaluations. Question number 5. Answer with a reflection about these 3 aspects. What is the mark you earn? I think that I deserve an 8 since I have worked hard throughout the year and I consider that I have been constant with the task and collaborate with my classmates. It's true that I cannot give myself a maximum grade since I consider that I could have participated more in class or in activities outside the center, but due to my shyness I have not done so, which I regret, but it's difficult for me to change it. What is the most important role you have performed in this course? I think the most important role is facilitator because if we start a job without a clear structure and without a distribution of tasks in which each person in the group does one thing, in the end it would become a disaster. In a task from a weeks ago, we had a problem with the distribution of tasks. During the first day, we were very confused because we were not clear about what was most important thing for the task to move forward.
What is the most challenging role you have performed?
The role that I found challenging to play was that of an analyst, since it not only involved me, but also my colleagues. I had to analyze and evaluate how they had worked during a week, and it seemed difficult because I was not with them at all times, for example, in their homes, to know what effort they had made or not in this task, and it did not seem to me a totally fair note.
Well, and here ends my video. I put a lot of effort and dedication and I hope you like it. Bye!